It is not only a conspiracy theory, it is completely debunked. At this point, I am deeply frustrated with what he and the legal team is doing and repeating that debunked theory to the president. It sticks in his mind when he hears it over and over again. And for clarity here, George, let me just again repeat that it has no validity. If he continues to focus on that white whale, it's going to bring him down. Enough.
That was Donald Trump's former Homeland Security advisor, Tom Bossert, clearly exasperated with the propaganda put in the president's mind by Rudy Giuliani. He was talking about fighting an uphill battle, desperately trying to convince Donald Trump to let it go, to shake loose the debunked conspiracy theories he obsesses over and clings to. And today, new reporting that details where those delusions come from. NBC News has obtained and read through that folder of disinformation propaganda presented to Congress yesterday by the State Department's Inspector General. The packet contains material Rudy Giuliani collected, interview notes, and unproven allegations having to do with the Bidens, as well as unsubstantiated conspiracy theories about an effort by President Obama to use Ukraine to help Hillary Clinton. NBC News also spoke to Giuliani, who says he presented those findings directly to Secretary Pompeo in March. In response, he was told the State Department would take up an investigation. But the material Congress looked over yesterday also included nearly 20 pages of communications between State Department employees working to push back against what they called the fake narrative that Giuliani was pushing. The table's back. This is right in your wheelhouse of disinformation, putting the American version.
Well, and it's inside the wheelhouse of the State Department and the White House. I mean, I'm sure Pompeo was the last thing he wanted to do was accept that sheaf of papers from Rudy Giuliani. I mean, if he was smart, he would have had an aide said so. I've never touched it myself. I mean, it's sort of a scary process whereby Trump seems to look at every institution in government as some organization to affect his conspiracy theories. And that's how he's using the State Department. Giuliani was using the State Department like it's a third-rate detective agency.
It's shocking, but maybe it shouldn't be.
Yeah, I mean, you can see in Bossert's face the frustration. Imagine you're a career expert, a subject matter expert, a foreign affairs expert, a security expert, you're part of the American government, which for all its faults is a pretty great institution around the world. And it's being turned into an instigator of the comments section on Breitbart or wherever. And literally it is being perverted to give life to these made-up accusations. And, you know, in the clip earlier from the president, he couldn't even get out a straight sentence explaining what the allegation was. That's a good sign of two things. He can't speak intelligibly when he's under pressure. But two, there is no allegation. They can't even phrase it in a way that's direct because there isn't anything there as far as we know.
It is a great point, and it's 4:49. It shouldn't take us 49 minutes to make it. Yeah. There is no veracity to any of these allegations about the Bidens.
No, it's just all 4chan crazy stuff. I mean, it's what Trump is trying to do, I think, is create this sort of aura of sleaze around the name Biden. And I think he would settle for that if he were able to do that. So in a sense, it doesn't really matter to him what the specific allegation is supposed to be, as long as people associate, you know, Biden sleaze or Biden bad. And he continues to hammer at that. You know, you talked about an expert, a country expert in the State Department. No one is an expert to Donald Trump, more of an expert to Donald Trump on anything he thinks he knows something about. Military and so you're de facto not an expert if you disagree with Donald Trump.
Yeah. It is amazing, though, that it took a whistleblower almost in the third year to disclose all this, because this is obviously the MO.
It took a whistleblower to state the obvious about all the crazy and all the illegality that defines Donald Trump's presidency. I still can't get over Rudy Giuliani giving the fake package to Secretary Pompeo. And it literally, there's a picture circulating on Twitter of how it was Photoshopped, the White House logo, not in the actual White House font, but just a knockoff version. And it kind of is symbolic of how wrong everything is going right now with this administration, that Rudy Giuliani is considered a serious person by Donald Trump, that he is one of the only human beings on earth who actually is giving some credence to this theory that President Trump's own former Homeland Security advisor went on Sunday morning TV to say, this is crazy. This is just nuts.
Maybe the generals who were there before, maybe they were better guardrails than we realized.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.